Mambo vipi, Soxxy hapa, and welcome to yet another episode of Daddy's Corner. First and foremost, let me say a big thank you for everyone who's supported me, who's interacted with my content pale at DJ Soxxy on my YouTube channel, for the amazing feedback that I've gotten from different people far and wide all across the world. Thank you so much for your support. May God bless you so very much. So tuendelea hivyo. Kindly watch, subscribe and share with your friends. Let's tell these stories of dads. Daddy's Corner is about celebrating dads, hearing their stories, their highs, their lows, the moments they felt like they needed or they felt like crying, but they knew that hapa nikilia watoto wangu kidogo na wanajua mimi ndio first body, wata lose hope, or at times just putting a brave face to support our families, our wives, that's why we do Daddy's Corner, and we've had amazing conversations right here. And today I have another amazing conversation that huyu mtu nimemtafuta sana, but finally he is here with us. Karibu sana Sammy.
Thank you very much. Vipi? Asante sana.
Uko fiti?
Niko poa kabisa.
Wewe unatafutwa sana.
Niko.
Lakini umefika?
Yes.
And kwanza asante sana kwa kusupport Daddy's Corner. We really do appreciate you. And your wife.
My pleasure.
God bless you so much.
My pleasure.
Pick a letter between A and Z.
P.
Estate inaanza na P.
Pennsylvania.
Country inaanza na P, ungesema Pangani.
Panama.
Panama ni country?
Yes, I think it is.
Gari inaanza na P.
P. Right now at the top of my mind, no.
Ungesema Peugeot. Niko correct, ni
Peugeot.
Food beginning with P.
My mind going blank.
Una struggle.
Na struggle.
Na nikuulize, ulimari mwaka gani?
That is 2018. We got married 27th of October.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Watoto?
Moja.
Yes. How old?
2, almost 3.
2, almost 3 years.
Yes.
Hey, well done.
Thank you, sir.
Pole. Birthday ni siku gani uni-invite?
15 August.
Naweza vaa kama clown nikuje kuchekesha hapo watu. Thank you so much.
Karibu.
Take us through your journey before umari.
Yeah.
And before you became a dad. When you were a young boy, uko hapo high school.
Yes.
Ulikuwa unataka kuwa unaona siku moja utakuwa mbuda, siku moja ndamari, I'll become a dad. And what are some of the thoughts that ran through your mind? Were you excited or was there fear in it?
I think I was actually excited. I was very excited to jump into that stage of life. I think also I wouldn't be honest if I said there was just plain excitement. Kuna kawoga. Ujui huko mbele kuna nini. So it's a healthy fear, which is good. Ukienda mzima.
Na hii woga ili come from maybe kuona the way your dad ali struggle, or maybe some of the things that you went through kuwa raise?
No, actually looking at my dad, my dad was the uttermost challenge. Mimi naona anadupoa. Wow. So ako sawa. So me I'm like, kama ana do this well, mimi nitaweza.
I can do even better.
No.
You can shida mimi kama utamacha. Hiyo ndio woga.
Hiyo ndio woga.
Mzae standard. Wow.
Mzae alikuwa he was the guy. He's still the guy.
So he, in terms of watu wengi sana, tukiongea about dads, wana providing excellent.
Yeah.
But ku spend time na watoto, was that your dad?
Actually, yes, he did.
He spent time with
Yes, he spent time with us. He would work, of course. Alafu sasa sisi, we had kuna kapast fulani mahali my dad would be, tulikushagu. Ni mbuda anafanya Monday to Friday. Friday jioni mnajua daddy anakam. Yes. So
na akikuja anakuja na
si lazima akam. So manze Friday hakuna kulala. Kwanza kama unajua the only day you would also like unaweza sema utalala ni kama ulimess during the day.
Unalala mapema kwanza sana.
Mama alikunyorosha. Alafu sasa unajua mzae anakuja.
Tena akuja.
No, mzae actually won't hata kunyorosha, lakini unajua mzae akijua atakuongelesha.
So
my dad akikuongelesha.
Hiyo ndio uchungu kushinda hata heri hata upigwe.
Afadhali upigwe.
Imagine kuna watu kuanga hivyo. Ati heri hata anipige lakini asinigombeze.
Right.
Akinigombeza tulikuwa na Willis pia hapa akisema my dad bana. Yake alikuwa anamuongelesha. Yenyewe mna feel tu yenyewe tumekosea.
We anakufanya you repent. You repent for your sin. Hata kama atakwambia repent lakini ndani
unajua sitarudia tena.
I have let down my dad.
And now that you are a dad,
yes.
Looking back, do you think you've matched up to his standard?
No, I don't think so. And it will take quite some time to match to, because he's still a dad. He's still the man mpaka sahi. Yeah.
And where do you feel deep down when you retrospect ukijiangalia, where do you feel una fall short?
First of all, I think ni ile yenye budako alikuwa, to me my dad is the guy on providing, on provide, spending time. So nilikuwa namwangalia hivi nashindwa, kwani masaa yake si 24 hours? Kwani yeye ameongezwa? Kwa sababu he's covering all the bases. Kama ni kuspend time, ana spend time na madhe. Like ana spend time na madhe, ana spend time na sisi, ako church, ako job. Community inamjua. Community inamjua. Ana balance hizo vitu zote. So I'm like, okay, yes, there is still some ground to be covered. So I think for me nikiangalia is hiyo kubalance. Usiende job sana, because kama mimi because of how my life is, kidogo saa ingine I kind of overdo stuff. Unapata I have a condition that doesn't quite allow me to kuchukulia vitu hivi. So ukiambu ufanye kazi unafanya kabisa. Unasahau huku kwingine. Ukiambu tena ni kuspend time, una spend time kabisa. So unasahau community.
Wow.
Unasahau community ama unaenda tena church. Unasahau vibaya sana.
Wewe hujui kufanya kitu kidogo ni
ni twende. Just point me to the direction and shoot me there. We will do it.
And let's talk about the condition that you mentioned that you have. What's the condition about, and ilianza siku gani?
Okay, I have a condition that is not quite, hata sahi with the name that we are going to give it is what is being looked at. It's myalgia. It has myalgia where you have weakness of your feet. You have weakness of your feet caused by a weakness like compression of your nerves kwa back yako. So sasa ina affect your feet, your nerves. So ina affect nerves zako, huwezi simama, you can't feel. So mtu akikuscratch kama sasa on your toe,
hautasikia
huwezi.
So basically ni kama unakuwa paralyzed.
Exactly.
Miguu zako zinapata paralysis.
Yes. Lakini it becomes worse from your knee down. So upper like on your thigh, mtu akikudunga unaweza feel kiasi, lakini as anaenda chini, inaenda inapotea kabisa.
Na hii condition ilianzaje?
So it started way back in 2009. 2009 I was in campus, Zuri. Nishamaliza high school, sasa campus. I was studying ICT. So and then kidogo hapo unaanza kufeel siko poa, naumwa na mgongo. So you go to Hosi, of course, and then they do their x-rays and stuff. Wanakwambia hii mgongo, hii ni disc imeslip. So unapelekwa physiotherapy. They do a physiotherapy. And then you're like, you're good. And then you continue with life. And then
by then mgongo inauma. Kutembea unaweza tembea.
Natembea actually. Okay. Niko poa natembea. So but then it starts getting worse in 2012. Mali inaanza, I'm starting to develop a limp on my left leg. Nikitembea nasikia pins and needles. So naanza kushindwa, kunaendaje? How come like I am walking, I see it, you know, like when you sit for too long, ati unapatanga ati mguu sasa haitembei. So see ati that I've actually been okay. So how am I developing a limp? So I go on and then so tunarudi Hosi tena. So when we go to Hosi again, they tell, this is quite something. Let's do MRI and the x-rays again and all this stuff. So we do a bunch of tests, a battery of tests. take blood samples, things are being sent all over. So and then I'm told, okay, we just have tutakurudisha physiotherapy. Just go back to physiotherapy, let's see if it helps. And I go to physiotherapy, and then after some time I'm good. But then in 2013 it becomes bad. It becomes bad to the point that sasa I am struggling to walk vibaya.
Wow.
Yes. As of 2012 now, nilikuwa nimekuwa admitted for in Hosi for the first time ever in my life. At 22 years of age, the first time ever umeadmitiwa Hosi, una feel kama mfungwa. So you can't, you are developing a limp, then jump to 2013 where now I don't have I can't walk. The limp is not there, but now there is general weakness on both of my feet. So nashindwa kutembea. The fallback was always physiotherapy. So physiotherapy tulikuwa tunarudi, naenda nafanya physiotherapy, and then I would come out, I'm good. But now 2013, now we started thinking, hey, we have to find a reason why this is happening. We have to find a reason why this is happening, because ukiendelea hivi, like you feel there is something underlying, you feel there is something serious coming. Like umeshiona, we are not quite dealing with the thing. Yes,
root cause.
Yes, tuna deal na symptoms.
Na deep down una feel. Una feel aje, you know, at that point uko na dreams, uko na vitu unataka kuachieve, na ni kama sasa
kidogo zimeanza kuchongwa.
Una feel aje sasa hiyo?
Sasa hiyo una feel sasa your dreams ni kama mtu alikuwa anakuambia, you thought you could go here. Ni kama sasa unaanza kuambiwa sasa hiyo unaona hapa. Hebu leta hapa. Manage expectation. Kuja chini. Hatuko huko. Kuja chini, because now I've actually started using a wheelchair.
Wow.
So now it's starting to get to me. I've never been on a wheelchair. I've actually never even pushed somebody in a wheelchair. So sasa unaanza
ku feel. And just a few months back,
I was
you
working.
Okay?
Yes. We were managing. So and then I go, sasa we start managing it, and after a few months of physiotherapy, kwa sasa tulianza kuona, instead of the physiotherapy coming, like me going to the hospital, akuje home. At this point, what I hadn't said is I had actually moved away from home.
So you're living
nilikuwa nimetoka home. I want to be the man.
You want to be the man. You're moving out of home. You want to marry.
Yes.
You want to have your own family.
Nakwambia.
Hapo imefika sasa uko kwa wheelchair.
Imefika kwa wheelchair sasa. Ilifika in 2012 nilikujiwa. Ile yenye sasa kujieni kijana under orders of my parents. Now my dad came to my flat. Akabeba kila kitu mpaka viatu, unajua huku zirudi.
Ukarudishwa nyumbani.
Nikarudishwa nyumbani. And kurudishwa nyumbani was, I felt bad. I felt humiliated. Nilikuwa na feel, man, I thought I was making it. Mimi sikuwa naangalia condition, mimi nilikuwa naangalia what I wanted in life. Lakini sasa pia I was looking at it. My dad started talking to me about, look at how you have people who can watch. When things are not going okay, they are going to be there. Because at this point my brother would help me around the house. Sasa tumesharuka tuko 2013. Tumesharuka sasa tuko 2014. 2014 sasa ni on and
bado
off.
unasaidiwa tu.
Lakini sasa 2014 nilianza kuwalk with crutches.
Okay.
So I'm back. So I'm back, and then I'm good. At this point nilikuwa nimemaliza campus. So nilikuwa, lakini sasa job unashindwa job. So me in my heart I always felt called to the ministry. Hata kama ufanyi kitu kubwa, we si pastor, actually I'm not a pastor, I don't ever want. Hiyo ni kitu naambianga God, please don't ever call me pastor kwa sababu mimi sitaki. Hiyo siwezi. But what I can be, I can serve. Nilikuwa na serve kwa sounds nini hapa kidogo. I used to go on missions, of which mpaka hata saa hiyo that was the final point yenye sikuwa ienda sasa.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
As we progress in this conversation, at the point that you maybe accepted your condition, even ndio niko, even ndio kuko, Was there a fear that, you know, one of your dreams was to get married and be a dad, just like your dad?
Yeah.
Did it ever cross your mind that, man, ni kama hii story ya kukua mbuda istaweza? How was that for you? But before you tell us, let's take a short break. Listening to the story of Sammy, msee amepitia mingi sana, sharing with us a condition that he has, half body paralysis. Ilianza tu kama mchezo pole, but he's been able to fight it. I want us to talk about how this has affected his dad journey. Akona mtoto mmoja sahi, but I want to hear from him how it has affected his dad journey, and if he's still that feels like he's the dad that he wanted to be before all this happened. You're watching Daddy's Corner. We'll take a short break. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back. You're watching Daddy's Corner. My name is Soxxy. I'm hanging out with Sammy, such an amazing young man. Ni mbuda lakini anatushare na sisi story yake. So at the point sasa umeaccept hivyo ndio uko.
Yeah.
This is how I am.
Yeah.
Do you still want to get married? Do you see yourself as a father? Ama uko bado na fears?
Nilikuwa actually hata hiyo dream nimeshaeka kwa shelf sasa.
Ulikuwa unaona sasa hii condition iko nayo hairuhusu.
Haiwezekani. Because now this was 2015 was bad. Nikarudi chini. 2015 was so bad that for about 10 months I was in the house, sikuwa nasonga. I was bedridden, ile yenye unalala tu, unafanyiwa nini, nothing is taking evil. At that point pia tulikuwa tumeenda India and come back, nothing. So sasa ukishaenda kwa the Indians
na wamekuambia
wewe
kijana, wewe jaribu kila kitu, lakini mimi hapana, ona shida wewe.
Nakwambia
wewe iko sawa kabisa, wewe rudi Kenya, wewe pambana hali yako.
Nakwambia sasa nimerudi dream nimeshaiweka sasa. Hiyo
umeona hii dream ya kukua muda
yes. First of all getting married, your job. Sasa inakufanya uanze kufikiria will I ever be independent? Sasa nimeshaangusha expectations zangu kabisa, like will you ever live alone? Because sahi I have had things, everything from doctors mpaka ile ya invest in a good electric wheelchair. You will never walk again. This is not going to happen. So I'm like, wow. Okay, then this won't happen now. What am I going to do?
And how are you able to overcome all this to the place that now you're married and you have a child?
Yes. Come back to my dad. My dad ndiye alisha chini akaniambia sasa one thing. You can't let life like stop. You can't let it stop. Whatever is happening, life is still going on. Bado unazeeka. Next year utakuwa umeongeza miaka, si ati we are frozen, tunaendelea. So akaanza kuniambia you need to start thinking about this. Nikamwambia sasa who is going to get married to me? Anaanza kuniambia okay, this is what you're going to do. We're going to pray, as we have always done, but we are also going to, I want you to look for friends. Yes, that's what you're going to do.
Friends meaning?
Yes, friends
girlfriends.
Not girlfriends,
just
friends.
Okay.
Tafuta tu marafiki, and God is going to bring your friends to you. Na sasa ikafika place yenye sasa
na utoki kwa hao.
Na sitoki kwa hao. Sasa hiyo ndio ilikuwa kitu weird. But now one thing I've always liked is sharing online. Sharing online. So there is this lady tulikuwa tumeshajuana naye for a long time. Alikuwa friend, alikuwa mpaka ameshaka home kuniona. Na ni mtu sikuwa najua. So mpaka alikuwa ameshaka home, meet my parents, nini. She was a friend, she was a close friend. So one day I'm like, okay. What if? Hapo ndipo inaanzanga. What if?
Na bado sasa hiyo hautembei.
Actually I'm bedridden. Sasa hiyo actually the only thing that could move at that point, I was becoming so bad, my hands were getting affected too. Nilikuwa nasongeshwa mpaka usiku when I sleep I have to be turned because of your bed sores. Yeah. So sasa ikafika place yenye sasa naulizwa what if this is, could it be? So mzee akaniuliza, well, look at it, what would God want you to do? So nikamwambia, okay, me I want to get married to a friend. I want to get married, si mtu mwenye hanijui, si mtu ajui. And at this point, udem at that point knew me. Alikuwa anajua my family, alikuwa anajua. Alafu pia there's also one thing that my dad had actually come to tell me. And I'm glad this show ni about dads, because I can also boast about him being a dad to me. Kwa sababu at that point alikuwa ananiambia, hey, you need a friend. Don't get to somebody who na hapa tulikuwa tu na hapa unafanyanga nini sasa ajui,
ni mtu anakujua vizuri,
huyu ni mtu ananijua vizuri. So we started, and nikamwambia kitu weird ni ati sisi we never ever went for a date yetu ilikuanga ni home, kwa sababu mimi siwezi enda. So date ni kuja home, watu ndio hawa.
Na alikupenda tu hivyo tu.
Yes, actually remember the first time we met, sikuwa na walk, alikam katikati ya therapy yangu nikifanywa. I tried to sit, niliambia huyo physiotherapist nataka nikalie hapa ndio sioni niko mbaya sana. Ndio hata akinini anataka kunihug, at least anaona huyu jamaa I'm huggable, si lenye unahagiwa kama mnyonge.
Unakuja kwa bed. True.
So I'm trying to nimetengeneza image, lakini kumbe she liked me the way I was. So that
she loved who you are, not what you are.
Not what I was. And I was so thankful to God she saw past that, because it was ilikuwa inani affect.
Let's say the rest is history, because eventually you guys got married. Now you're married.
Yes.
Mtoi bado. Were there fears for you as a dad that maybe naweza si possible? Si possible.
Yeah.
Ulikuwa unapitia hizo, unajiuliza kuna vile?
Yes, I was going through those a lot. Because first of all, remember I've been in this thing for quite some times, ndio. Kuna dawa na kunywanga. Hizi vitu hujai study long term effects.
True. By the way,
ujui kama itakuwa affect kule mbele.
Transformer ilikata stima kabisa, haina repetition.
So I'm like, and then alafu I don't know this Kenyan whatever, or is it a thing where if watu wakioana next year tunafaa
mnatuweka mnararua. By the way, wacha niwaambie, by the way, to be very honest, hizo please watu tuache hizo maswali. They can be very insensitive. Very, very insensitive, because you do not know what people are going through. Hizo maswali za umetuweka mtoto lini, mnararua mashiti bure tu, wewe unafanya tu mablank. But it's very, we can laugh about it now, but it's very insane. Kwanza ya tunararua mashiti, kwani mpaka unashindwa labda hata mnaliangi shit. Labda nyinyi mnakuanga wala blanket ndio iko chini. But anyway,
you don't know.
So ilikuwa go through your mind?
It was going through my mind. But pia one thing sisi tulikuwa tumesema is we have been through a lot. Before getting married, we had actually been only to one date. Actually, one date actually. Na hata hiyo date haikuwa date. Ilikuwa date tunatafuta kitu ya kukula kwa sababu tunapanga wedding. So and then tuko like, si tuingie hapa. Tukule.
Kadate kakaiva.
Tukajipata tuko wengi tunararua kuku KFC. Hiyo ikakuwa date.
Wow.
So,
na ukigo through kitu, hizi fears uko nazo, wife yako alikuwa na the same fears? Actually, were you talking about these things?
We were talking about these things, but my wife has been the kind of lady nakwambia she's something else. Supportive vibaya sana, like ni ile yenye uko sure we want to be this supportive, like hata mimi mwenyewe niko na
umeni support sana,
unani support sana, you should be bweka kidogo nisikie kuna. But now you see, I was thinking about effects, but then si tulikuwa tumesema once we get married we will not be in a hurry to get it. And I'm also glad because friends when you walikuwa close, nobody ever gave us that pressure. So but then we in 2019 we found out we were expecting 2019. Yes. So and we shared. Sisi we were so excited.
Mkaambia kila mnyisi wala feature wewe feature tunaweza rogwa. Unajua watu wasimanga unaweza rogwa.
This is what we called our family. That is our family, my dad, my mom, my siblings, all our siblings. Tukawakalisha chini nikawaambia, now you know what? We are 6 weeks expected.
Wow. Yes. I did the thing. Yeah.
This is 6 weeks tulikuwa, we were so excited.
Well done. Well done.
So,
and the delivery process, you know, the first, take me through mtoi alikizaliwa. Ulikuwa? Uliingia nini? Kwa hivyo wewe ni muoga tu kama besi yangu to Devi. Na besi yangu ni to Devi ni muoga. Anasemanga hizi ingia. Wewe ni COVID.
COVID ilitupa.
Tuwekelee COVID leo sawa. COVID there. Yeah, besti yangu ito Devi anakuanga muoga sana. Yeye hizi ingia hizi vitu.
I was actually prepared to go in, lakini COVID did the thing and tukatupwa nje.
Hiyo time ya COVID walikuwa katika tu mtu mmoja ndani. Ilifilaji you are now a dad.
First of all, I was told to go home. So nikaambiwa niende home and mimi nakumbuka, so I'm trying to sleep haikuji. And then so my wife calls me, hey, you are a dad. Kitu hiyo mchekesha mpaka wa leo. Nilisimama kwa kitanda. Wow. Mejeona ile yenye unapigiwa unasimama kwa kitanda. Nilisimama ati unasema nini?
Congratulations daddy.
Yes.
Well done.
That was it. That was everything changed.
Well done.
Everything
looking
changed.
Back unaona, you know, I used to fear this, but God enyewe ame to bring this far.
Yeah.
And how has it been now as a dad? And I know the condition is still there.
Yeah.
So there are times that na nimekufollow for some time. Nimeona there are times that uko kwa incapacitated. You can't when machuma fulani wanakuweka
kuna walking brace fulani.
Una feelingiaje kama as a dad, and I know now you have mtoi ni mso a bit sasa. Una feelingiaje, does it make you feel like any less of a dad comparing yourself with other dads? I'm sorry I'm asking these questions.
I know,
it may good. Sound but that's why we're having this conversation, because I believe there are many other dads out there who are going through maybe the same journey. I want us to learn from each other. Does it make you feel less of a dad? Knowing that at times huwezi tembea, mtu wako anakuona hakuna kitu unaweza do.
Let me give you an example. I'm going to go back again to my dad. He doesn't mind me divulging this, but he has cleft lip. Anakuwa na cleft lip. So ukimwangalia utaona he has a mark. Ever since I was small, that cleft lip has been there. I have never known my dad any different.
Na unampenda hivyo yuko?
Yes, and actually I don't see him as different. Mi nimejua iko. Mi hata I don't think of it. When you menulze hiyo swali, that's when I've thought of it actually. And the reason I say this is because of my kid. My kid, there are times I'm down, there's times I'm up. But to her, I am daddy. Yes. There is back in September, I had an episode. Na nililala kwa sitting room yangu for a month. Yes, so I was in a mattress. Let me tell you something weird happened. So my wife left our bedroom kuja kulala na mimi hapo kwa sitting room. Mtoi kwa sitting room mattress. My daughter would wake up the morning. The first thing tunakuja kufanya bouncing castle for your mattress. Daddy, move your feet. Move our feet. Hiyo ndio bouncing castle. And my dad would challenge me, take it as an opportunity to bond with her. Because nobody thinks you're different. So if you look at it and think, oh, I'm different, it's something you can't change. So the best you can do is make the most out of it. What can I do? Oh, mtu anataka tucheze. Let's see. Because when you kona hiyo, to them, you're dad. Yes,
and that does not change.
And that does not change.
You know, it goes to say that at times, you know, watu wetu don't care whether we are tall, whether we are thin, whether we have money, whether we own the entire world. for them,
Yeah.
wewe ni dad.
Let me tell you a funny story. When, okay, it's not funny to some.
Nimetaka kuambia ukisema funny story lazima nicheke. Na nisipocheke it's not a funny story.
No, okay. Kama ni funny. Kama ni saa ingine, mimi usema, okay, I sometimes make fun of my condition.
It's out.
Let me just, sometimes I crawl when I'm not able to move around. I thank God that hata when my feet are not functional, I can be able to move with my hands. I can pull myself, naeza crawl, I can move. So whenever we are moving, we are making fun. Sometimes I'm on medication, so I don't quite feel the pain. So we play around. So there was this time that he was like, Daddy, you are small. Daddy, you are small like me. And then kaza tizi, nini, and then I was up. So tukaenda kwa doki, nini, I started taking medication again. And I was standing. So one day she sees me and she's like, Daddy, you're big. So I like that. I like that through whether you're big, whether you're small.
You're still daddy.
Yes. You're still there.
And you still provide for the family.
Yeah. God has always been really faithful to us.
Imanishi ati now because you're going through this, you've given up hope, because I know there are some who would give up.
Yeah.
And we accept, tunasema sawa, mimi wacha nishughuliki wangwe. Allow wife yangu wacha handle. You're still dad, you're still the provider.
Yeah. It's quite something, and I wouldn't be hard on anybody who feels discouraged. It's a hard condition, it's something, and especially when you go to a doctor and they tell you, hapa fanya hivi. Because I have a wheelchair. There are things, if you come to my house, there are paraphernalia utaona ushindwe. Na inakuanga ni ya nini? Na inakuanga, I have crutches but I'm walking. I have wheelchairs but I am walking. Sure. So you wonder why. But then I'm like, it's not a condition that, it's not easy. Hata mimi I get those moments of, because I'm not a superhero. I'm not coming here to share ati kwa sababu, oh, wewe ndiye, where you are the hope. No, I have those moments, and many times I have to lean on those people close to me. And thank God they have never given up on me.
What's your greatest fear?
My greatest fear is not being there for my kid, for my family. Deep down, there is... I'm glad you asked that, because it's a truth. It's a truth na ni kitu nitashare. It's a truth that sometimes you're afraid of not being there. Will I ever see my daughter get to 18? That is something you don't know. I don't know how this condition affects. I don't know how the medication I'm taking affects me. I don't know. But when I think of that, also I think you need letter back to each and every one of us. None of us knows when we are going to die. Nobody ever knows. Me nitakuwa 90 years old. I might live to be like this until I'm 90. But right now I'm what? 33, 32. I might be 34, and that's it. Might be 35. But what do I do? Every year that nimepita, I thank God for another year. Every time I see a milestone, and I know sometimes these are things that mtoto amefikisha miaka 2, milestone tulishaacha count. But every time I see a milestone, like right now, the most exciting thing for me has been where you see her think of something, and she says what she's thinking, and she's like, because now you've been teaching her about saying please and thank you and daddy, excuse me. So when you see her come and then she's like, oh, right now it's not please, daddy, thank you, yes. Or what do we say? We say thank you, we say please. I am excited about that. I choose to see, and I know people call them, I think some of these things we minimize the blessing. They are not small blessings, they are big blessings.
True.
Equal na mtu, because right now kuna mtu mwenye, right now they are crying and they are very distraught that their kid has not started talking. Na mtoto wako anaongea. Na uko like, huyu anapiganga tu kelele. You're not looking at the blessing. Na like somebody mtoto wake atembei. And uko like, huyu tu ni kukimbia huko.
Hapa tu hata hawezi fanya tupumzike.
Exactly. But look at the blessing. You know, they are kids. They are meant to be guided. That's your job as a dad. That's your job as a mom. But I think it makes me thankful because I'm fearful. I'm fearful of, like in something I didn't quite chase in 2021, I came very close to die. Like, because of medication, because of other things. I was in the ICU for about 2 weeks. And I feared for my life. At that point, I was not feared, like, I'm not afraid, but I don't want to go. I'm not afraid of death, but I don't want to go. God. My kid is small, And I remember after I was about to come out of the ICU, I was a few days before I left ICU. My daughter, I don't know my daughter loves flowers, and she brought me a flower, a single red flower. I remember it till now. So, and those are things I'm always thankful for. I know it look for somebody else it's small, but for me, I'm like, I almost died getting to see my family, and that is big. That is big.
And God will bless you with many, many more years.
Amen.
I know.
Amen.
You live long.
Amen.
You live to see your daughter having her own family.
Amen.
And even that, I know God will bless you with many other children. I know this is not the end for you.
Amen.
Thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah.
I want you to talk to dads and also wives at this point, of maybe people who are going through similar situations. Might not necessarily be paralysis, it can be, you know, loss of sight, loss of ears, whatever it is, whatever condition it might be, how would you encourage them in that? And also talk to the wives, how best can they support you? And even for us as friends, how best can we support you?
I think for one is be yourself. Be yourself as a friend. Don't ever see somebody as ni Sam lakini hatembei. Ni Sam lakini
kama he's a less of a person.
Like unamuona hivi. Like me, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have friends who, like, they don't see that, and I can attest to how they treat me. Because see, ati Sam anahitaji kusaidiwa. No, it's like I need to get there. Can we get over there? Yes, quickly. Napelekwa. Sasa tunapeleka wheelchair nini, tutafanya lines. Haraka twende. I think people who are going through stuff, they just need to be seen as people. Because you're a person. You're a person, you have value. And one thing I'm going to tell you is that Jesus loves you. And there's a reason. There's a reason for all of that. There's a reason why all of that is happening. For one, I can't say that I'm always this positive. There are times I get down. But there are things right now I understand better because of things I've gone through. And I'm able to be a better channel of encouragement to somebody else just because of what I went through. And it's not any different. I think maybe the only difference is the magnitude and how big we see this. How big you see somebody in a wheelchair, or how big you see somebody with cancer, or, you know, it's big in that. But can you also think of things that are happening in your own life that you could encourage somebody else? Because the only person I like how Kenyans, now maybe not Kenyans, also maybe humans, is when you're going through something, they'll say, "Oh, I understand." And Soxxy, you don't quite no, actually you have no clue, unless you have been exactly where that person is. I like what somebody shared with me and told me that whenever you go to see somebody who's mourning, the best thing for you to go is just go there and sit down. Akitaka maji, kimbia ulete maji. Akitaka nini, kimbia ufanye hivi. I think it's Willis who shared that. And I like that because don't pretend to know because you have no clue. But anything that is needed, that's what they need. That's what they, just be there. Just be there. And
thank you.
when I look at it, when I look at what you are able to do for that person, I think that's the beginning of a relationship. Mahali hata yeye anakuwa na, okay, this person does not just care for me just because I'm this way, ananiona more than this. And when you speak of wives, when I speak of husbands, of people who have these conditions, I think the best thing is just love them. Do to them what you would want done to you. Yes, if they need you to sit with them, sit with them. If they need you, oh, nani ako na check up, can I go and can I take you? Yes, take me. So maybe hata you won't go with the doctor or what the doctor is saying, but hey, ni aje ukimaliziwa niko hapa, or in case you need anything, just know I'm here. And I think just loving them, supporting them, that's the best you can do, because that's actually the best you can do.
Love wins.
Yes, love wins.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you for coming through. Indeed, love wins, and thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you so much.
And vile niko nimesema before, you have a long life. God atakubariki with a long life. I know you have many fears in terms of how things will be in the future, but I know God atakubless na atakushikilia. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
That has been Daddy's Corner. Thank you for watching, and just as Sammy has shared, the reason we are doing this, the reason I am doing this as Daddy's Corner, is like the way Sammy has highlighted the impact that the dad had and still has in his life. We desire that even as we raise the next generation, may our children be saying, Manze, my dad was my hero because he did da. My dad set a standard. Can I match up to that standard? That is why we are doing Daddy's Corner, celebrating dads and the things that they've done, and yani just being encouraged and refreshed that we can still do it. And so if you have a dad out there, celebrate them for the things they are doing, because you never know what they're going through. Asante sana. If you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe to this channel. We shall be doing this every single week, having conversations with dad as we celebrate them. And thank you so much for being with us. My name is Soxxy. Until next time, God bless you. Asante sana.